Hello everyone, welcome to 1045 Engineering. We are here with yet another video in our Grind 75, a Better Blind 75 coding series. So today's problem statement is on ransomNote. We have to find out if a ransomNote can be made out of a given set of characters from a magazine. Let's jump into the problem statement, understand it, and then start solving. Okay, last time we have solved first bad version. You can find it in the Grind 75 coding series list. Similarly, all the above questions are available in the list as well. Today we'll start with ransomNote. Okay, my internet is loading a little slow, please excuse. Okay, given two strings, ransomNote and magazine, return true if ransomNote can be constructed by using the letters from magazine and false otherwise. Each letter in magazine can only be used once in ransomNote. So, for example, ransomNote is A, magazine is B. A cannot be constructed from B, so false. RansomNote AA, magazine B, AB. AA cannot be constructed from magazine because we can use the character A only once. RansomNote is AA, magazine is AAB. Output is true. Yes, we can create AA out of AAB, right? Now, before moving forward, okay, let's look at the constraint as well. ransomNote length is 1 is less than equal to ransomNote length, so ransomNote length is greater than equal to 1. Magazine length is less than equal to 10 to the power 5. Both of them in the range 1 to 10 to the power 5. ransomNote and magazine consist of lowercase English letters only. Now, before we start, if we look at the problem like this, we can store the characters from the magazine. We can store their frequency, and one by one we can find out if ransomNote can be produced from it or not. So the most basic approach that would be coming to everyone's mind is, yes, we can go with hash maps, right? We can store the characters of magazine A, B, and we can store their frequency as well. So A is twice and B is once, and then we traverse through the ransomNote. We see A, we subtract the frequency from 2 to 1, then we get another A, we subtract the frequency. Since we run out of the length of ransomNote, we can mark true. And similarly, if it is not possible, we'll mark it false. Yes, that is a good approach. That is a really good approach. It will be helpful in solving the problem. But if you see, this problem can be solved without using the hash map. Let's understand. What if you use only the character array? Since all the characters are lower cases, there are only 26 characters in the alphabet, right? Sorry, there are only 26 alphabets in English dictionary. So we'll use the character approach and let's see how we are going to solve it. Okay, let's just first create a character for magazine. We'll say let's call it magazine frequency, same as what we would have done with hash map, is equal to new int 26. Since there are only 26 characters, we are going to assuming lowercase English letters only. Not even assuming, because it's already sort of given. Okay, now we are going to traverse the magazine, and we are going to add the characters to our magazine frequency and increment the total count for the characters that are appearing more than once. Okay, so we'll say count character frequencies in the magazine. So for char ch from magazine dot to character array, char array. Okay, and we'll say magazine frequency. Now, how are we going to enter the characters in form of integers? It's a simple solution. You can simply add them as ch. It'll enter the ASCII value for the character, but we want the character value to be added for all the characters. So A should come at 0th position. So the easiest way is, suppose I'm adding B, and value of b is 2 and value of a is 1, and I say 2 minus 1, that is 1, so b will come on my 1th index and a will come on my 0th index when I do a minus a. So I can do character minus character a, right, plus plus. So by default all the values in our magazine frequency character integer array is 0 0 0. So let's assume it like this. We can say we have 0 0 0 0 26 times, and if we do minus a, and let's assume value of a is 1 and the character is a, so 1 minus 1 0, so 0th character will get the value 1, right? But let's consider this example. Okay, a, we see a minus a is 0, so on 0th index we increment the value as 1. Then we see a again, a minus a is 0, on the 0th index we increment the value again. Then we see b minus a, so b is 2, a is 1, b minus a is 1, on the 1st index, 1th index, will increment the value to 1. Now what it does is it actually takes the ASCII value. ASCII value for a is I think 97, and similarly ASCII value for each characters will be after 98, 99, 100, 101, and like that. And when we remove a from them, we can actually come to our 0th index, and similarly we can fill up the array. Okay, so this way we'll have our characters, and these characters from the magazine will be filled in our array with the frequency. Okay, now we'll just simply traverse the ransomNote and we'll find out if it exists in our character array, in our magazine frequency array with the frequencies, and if not, we'll return false. Okay, so we'll check if it's possible to construct the ransomNote. Okay, for char ch from ransomNote dot to character array. Okay, we'll say if magazine frequency of ch, that is our character, minus character a to reach the exact index, is greater than 0, right? Because if it is greater than 0, then that character exists, because by default all the values would be 0. Only for the characters that exist the value would be 1 or 2 3 4 based on the frequency. So if it is greater than 0, that means the character exists. So we'll simply say magazine frequency ch minus a minus minus will reduce the frequency. Like in this case for AAB, our character array, our magazine frequency looked something like this: 2 for A, 1 for B, 0 for D, C, E till Z. And when we see our first A minus A 0, on 0th index we reduce the frequency to 1. Then we see our next A minus A is 0, we reduce this frequency to 0. Okay, by then we already run out of the character length for the ransom array and we can return true. But if in the magazine we do not find this character array, or if the value is not greater than 0 or the value is 0, we can simply say else return false, right? Otherwise at the end of the loop we can write return true. Simple. So you can still use the hash map approach. That is a good approach, but this approach is much faster and for some reason incorrect. Sorry, I'll just correct it right away. Yeah, but this approach is much faster than the hash map, because in the hash map you are also doing a hash map check. Here we are doing it all in O of 1, the check part, and overall time complexity would be O of n. Let's run it. Okay, for some reason my internet is not working fine. It's raining outside actually, but okay, let's check. Okay, please be working, otherwise I would have to recode the whole process again. Okay, it did run. Okay, ransomNote. Oh, it's not ransom like handsome, it's ransomNote. That was a typo from my end. Please excuse my network in this regard. Yeah, meantime, for all of those who are watching the video, please hit the subscribe button so you can get the updated videos on the Grind 75 coding series, because one by one we are going to solve all the questions and we are going to complete the Grind 75 coding series, which is really important when you are going for coding interviews, especially the FANG level with Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix and Google. So this covers the Grind 75 coding series covers vast variety of easy, medium and hard questions. It's a mix of all the questions that we work on, and plus it's an advanced coding series, not just the beginners one. For beginners you would actually require to have a good understanding of the data structures and algorithms before starting the series. Let's submit. Okay, my internet is running really low. Accepted. Okay, please show us the stats. But yeah, mostly we are done with this problem. It's working, it's accepted and beats 92.3%. Okay, I had tried solving this with another approach as well, and the time complexity wasn't that good with the hash map in this case. Okay, that's all from today's video, everyone. Thank you. Please like, share and subscribe. If you like the series, please go through the entire series and prepare for your interviews well enough. Bye bye.